Hi everyone, this is tutorial number 4, and in this tutorial we're going to be experimenting, or I'll be demonstrating a pickup coil. So we've been resonating this coil, and now we would like to pick up that energy off the resonating coil. And what I've got again here is the same setup as I had basically on tutorial number 2, where we have the bulb in series on one side of the signal generator with a capacitor in series, and on the side of the coil we've got the neon bulb to detect the resonating point, and the other side of the coil here we've got just the signal generator going straight to there. Now in tutorial number 3, I forgot to mention I did not use the neon bulb because when you're using the capacitor in parallel, even when you hit resonance, I have not seen the neon bulb go bright as it does when you're using the capacitor in series using square wave. So it seems to be probably more intensive using square wave with the capacitor in series than using sine wave and a capacitor in parallel. So that's why I've switched over to using only a capacitor in series and square wave. Alright, so just to so everybody understands that. So right now we're back on square wave, and I'll turn up my output. And we're at the same frequency we were at, okay, which is we're on the 1 megahertz setting here, so at 0.7, so that's 700 kHz, and we're at resonance, and the bulb is completely extinguished, so we're not using any amperage, only voltage to get the coil into resonance. Now, it's nice to have all this, but what do we do with this? Well, we want to pick it up. We want to pick up this radiating energy from there, and that's when we have a secondary coil or antenna. So what I have built is, this is basically a cover to a CD thing, and I've got this is the same kind of wire as that, but it's a finer wire. So if that's an 18 gauge, this would be like 22 gauge probably, I would say. So that's exactly 6 turns of 22 gauge, and one side of it goes to a negative of the capacitor, and the other side goes through a diode. And this is probably an definitely you will need an ultra fast diode, because we're using very high frequencies here, and there'd be a benefit. This is the one I've been collecting diodes, and I got a whole bunch of them. This is the one that's giving me the best result. That's the model number of it there. It's a dual diode, so it goes both ways here, and that's the one that I'm getting the best results as far as the amount of voltage that the capacitor is getting charged at. So this leg is going into the diode and converting the pulses to a direction of positive to charge this side of the cap, and like I say, the other one is just directly to it. And now I've got my voltage meter attached to that capacitor, and I'll set it on the 2 volt DC setting here. And we take our coil, right, our pickup coil, and that happens to just fit perfectly over this. Now, it's not important that it's a tight fit around the resonating coil like this one is. It just happens that that works that way. And that's not important. The coil can be like probably an inch away. It doesn't need to be this configuration. So you need to play around and test with it. Let's look at this now. I take the lid off, right? It's away. The coil's in resonance because that neon bulb is lighting. Alright, now if I move, see if I just move this a little close by, that bulb extinguishes. Alright, so what's happening is that radiating energy is now being picked up by this antenna, this coil. So it puts the circuit out of resonance, most likely, right? But we are picking up energy and we are charging our capacitor. Now what I didn't say as well is that capacitor is on a 10 ohm load right now, and that 10 ohm load, with it tuned to this point here, is giving us 0.28 volts. Alright, now if I tune my signal generator one way, okay, we're getting a drop. Now if I go the other way, well, we're getting an increase. Alright, so obviously you see we can retune. Alright, and let's see how far we can go with this here. Alright, so 0.57 is about the highest point we can go. Alright, so there you go. So that's about the highest point we can get the by retuning and using this capacitance here, which was 47 picofarad. Alright, so what you want to do now is you want to maybe experiment going either down or up in picofarads to see if that'll help boost up the voltage, and without the light in series coming on that would actually use amperage. So what I'll do now is I'll insert another capacitance there and see if that helps. Okay, we're back. I've inserted that other capacitance. I didn't change anything. We're down lower with that one, and that's actually 120 picofarad. And now I'll start tuning the signal generator, and let's look at the meter. Okay, it's dropping by going up in frequency and going down in frequency. It's recovering. So 0.57 was the highest we can go, and now look, we're actually capable of going higher. Alright, so so 0.83 will look like about our highest point there. We saw that. No, I guess 0.828 is our highest there. Alright, so we're at 0.828, and let's have a look. Okay, our bulb is still extinguished. Great. We're not pulling any amperage. It's just voltage that's allowed through. And our neon's not coming on, but that doesn't really matter. We're collecting energy. On a 10 ohm load, we're up to 0.829 volts, which is good. Alright, so we're doing something with basically next to nothing or no measurable amps from this bulb that can tell, and we're actually having work accomplished. Alright, so what we can do now, we can just try to go up in value of this capacitor and see if we can still push it a little higher. Alright, so I'll change the, or I'll add, okay, my little variable capacitor in there, and we'll try it. Hang on. Okay, I've added the little variable capacitor, the air capacitor in there, and it's on full, meaning it's adjusted to give the most amount of picofarad, and that's about actually 10 more picofarad, right? And the bulb is still extinguished, but I haven't tuned yet, so we were at 0.829, I believe, and let's see if we can go any higher than that. Oh yeah, there we go. We're at 0.86. Alright, so 0.866 looks to be about our highest point there. So 0.865. Alright, and let's have a look and see, are we drawing any amperage? Still not drawing any amperage. Alright, so this is what you can continue doing, right? And there'll be a point though when you keep increasing in capacitance that the bulb will start to light, and that's the point where you've now, exceeding, and it's costing you money for that energy that you're creating. Alright, so we'll stop it there, and I'll post this, and this is showing you how you can now collect that energy using this secondary antenna, coil, whatever you want to call it, and getting results. Thanks for watching.